Bts Stanford, California. This is part one of your Kno B4 U Go. Let's get into it. You guys are going to be at the Stanford Stadium on Saturday, May 16th, Sunday, May 17th, and Tuesday, May 19th. Capacity of this venue is up to 58,000 attendees. The ticket office is going to open at 2 p.m. and it's located at Gate 2. Gates are going to open at 4:30. Show starts at 7 and show ends at 10 p.m. VIP package holders, you should receive an email from VIP Nation with all of your needed details. VIP Nation check-in is going to begin at 9:30 a.m. and it's going to end at 3:45 p.m. on day of show. The early VIP entry begins at 3 p.m. at Gate 3. Gates of entry. Floor seaters, you should enter through Gate 12. Guests with floor seats who may need assistance should enter through Gate 1, where ADA-equipped golf cart transportation will be able to take you to the floor area. For general entry, you can use Gates 2, 4, 5, 10, and 12. Suite and skybox entry guests, you can enter at Gate 4 or any of the other gates. Bags, you have a couple of options. One is a clear plastic, vinyl, or PVC bag, which is no bigger than 12 by 6 by 12. Or you can do a colored bag, which will be a small clutch, which can be no bigger than 4.5 by 6.5 by 2, with or without a handle or a strap. You can do one of each. You could bring your clear bag as well as a colored clutch if you like. There are 2 exceptions to these bag rules. This is for guests who have medically necessary items that they may need to bring, say a diabetic or a nursing mom. You can bring those in a non-clear bag. For privacy reasons, they're of course going to be subject to security search. And then if you have to bring a diaper bag, you can bring that. That is considered medically necessary, but you must have an infant with you, and that too is going to be subject to search. Backpacks, sling bags, and cross bags that are sold at the official BTS merchandise shops that do not meet the bag policy are going to have to be taken back to your vehicle or checked. They're not going to be allowed into the stadium. So please keep that in mind when you're purchasing things. If you buy something from one of the official merchandise locations and they do not meet the bag policy, you will either have to check that item or you'll have to take it to a vehicle. They will have a bag check. There'll be a total of 3 bag check locations on the north, south, and west ends of the exterior of the stadium. The north bag check location will be located near Gate 10. The south is going to be located inside the main entrance of Sunken Diamond. That's 151 Sam McDonald Mall. And then the west location is going to be at the main entrance of Cobb Track and Angel Field. So those are your bag check locations if you happen to buy something that can't be taken in or you happen to bring something that cannot be taken in. If you need to pick up tickets from the box office or you plan to purchase alcohol that evening, please remember to bring your IDs. You will need an ID for either one of those transactions. If you have mace or pepper spray on a keychain or in your purse, please remember to take that out. That is considered a weapon. It is not going to be allowed into the venue. Light sticks with batteries are going to be allowed into the venue. Freebies as well will be allowed. Keychains, photo cards, and stickers will also be allowed. They want them to be able to fit into your clear bag. All on-site giveaway items will also be allowed into the venue. Cameras. Guests are welcome to use non-professional still cameras. So examples of those, cameras on your phone, disposable Polaroid camera, or a point and shoot with a lens that is shorter than 6 inches in length. Tripods, monopods, GoPros, selfie sticks, and any professional DSLR camera or cameras with detachable lenses will not be allowed into the stadium. Video cameras and video recording of events with other devices are prohibited. Recording, broadcasting, or live streaming of any event is also strictly prohibited. Hard camera cases and camera bags that do not meet the camera bag policy are not going to be allowed either. I would suggest that you keep it simple. Cameras on your phone, it's always going to be safe. But if you want to go with a separate camera, do a point and shoot that has a lens that is no longer than 6 inches, no detachable lenses, no DSLR cameras. I get a lot of questions about the Canon GX7. That typically is okay. They touch on GoPros. For that reason, I probably would not do the DJI Osmo camera. I would stray away from the Meta glasses, the smart glasses, and definitely I would probably not attempt to live stream this event. A lot of times they will have it even blocked off where you can't live stream an event. Binoculars are allowed. They just don't want you to bring the case because the case will have to fit within this bag policy. It'll have to be no bigger than that 4.5 by 6.5. So keep that in mind if you want to bring binoculars. Bring them, but leave their case at home. No aerosol cans. So examples of that, hairspray, deodorant, anything that's in an aerosol can spray, leave that at home. They're not going to be allowed. If you want to bring sunscreen, I would suggest doing liquid form versus a spray type. Portable fans, they're fine. You have your neck fans, you have your fans, your handheld fans. Just try to make sure that they are the rechargeable fans versus a fan that has an actual physical battery in it. Portable chargers, they are allowed as well. Seat cushions, if you want to bring one of those, they're allowed. They just want them to be no larger than 18 inches. Umbrellas, they are allowed. Of course, they cannot be open. I would suggest if you do bring one, bring something that is small and compact. Generally, they want them to fit underneath your seat comfortably. And of course, once again, you cannot open them during the show. Posters, no bigger than 11 by 15, are going to be allowed. And poster tubes will be allowed as well. For the physical posters, if you want to bring them, they have to be handheld. Do not attach them to a stick or a pole. No vulgar language, no obscenities, and they cannot be blocking anybody's view. The venue is cashless, so you want to buy merchandise, you want to buy food, you want to buy drinks. Please remember to bring your physical cards or be able to use tap to pay. If for some reason you do not have anything but cash, they will have reverse ATMs that are there where you can change your cash into a card, a debit card, which you can use in the venue. Smoking is prohibited, so that means no e-cigs, no vapes, no tobacco products at all. They do have a strict no re-entry policy, so be careful. You go outside of those gates, you will not be allowed back in without a brand new ticket. Outside food and beverage is allowed except for alcohol, unsealed beverages, whole fruits or vegetables unless they are cut into small pieces, and other potential projectiles. Hydration packs, they're allowed, but they must be empty. And soft plastic bottles, they need to be sealed if they have something in it, sealed or empty and smaller than 20 ounces. There are free water bottle refill stations and water fountains on the inner and outer concourses in the stadium that will allow you to refill these plastic water bottles. Hard plastic, glass, ceramic, or metal bottles are prohibited from entering the stadium. So don't bring your Yetis, your Stanleys. Plastic water bottle, no bigger than 20 ounces, is allowed. Wheelchair rentals and escort services are not available at the stadium. All guests who require a wheelchair must provide their own and are encouraged to arrange for a companion to assist you if needed. This concludes part one of your Know B4 U Go. Please check in for part two because that is going to include your parking and your transportation, your Uber information, your ADA drop-off locations, and more. So please tap into part two, and part three will include merchandise times, locations, maps, all of that good information. So please check in for part two and part three. I had to break these up because if I didn't, this video would be 20 minutes long. So please tap into the other parts of your Know B4 U Go, Stanford. Pack your patience. 50,000 attendees to a show is a lot of people in one area. It's going to be a lot getting to the show, and it's going to be even more getting home from the show. So please pack your patience. If you have any questions, any comments, please drop them. I do try to answer them as quickly as I can. If Stanford, California is not your stop for the BTS tour, but you are going to one of the upcoming shows on this tour and you want to be in Know B4 U Go, I am your girl. I'm covering this tour into completion as well as many of the other tours of 2026. So if you want to be in the Know B4 U Go to enjoy your show, please feel free to give me a follow. Please check out part two and part three so that you can be fully prepared for the BTS tour. Bye.